The Vortex was like a mountain bike, kind of.
I just think of Kings Island every time you say Vortex.
Yeah.
True.
That was the first big roller coaster I ever rode.
First I ever rode was Vortex as well, I think.
I did the loop.
Is the Beast still there? The old wooden joint?
Yeah, the Beast.
That was actually.
I went a couple years ago. It was still there then.
Even though that was like the Beast and the Beast and the Beastie. This is real long ago.
Well, Beastie was the newer one.
Yeah, that was a newer one. They had the King Cobra.
Yeah, I rode
That's
those.
the first. I rode that too.
I remember going to Kings Island when I was like 8 or 9 and doing that. Because like when I would go to Six Flags earlier, I was like, no, I'm not getting on a roller coaster.
Man, the only thing that made me get on them rides, so it was a
drugs.
Essentially a church type trip or Kingdom Hearts trip. And this girl that I was digging decided she was getting on roller coasters. I'm like, man, I hadn't even started riding roller coasters yet. And I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's no way. Because the only roller coaster I would ever ride at Kings Island would be the Racer. Because it didn't do nothing crazy.
Up and down.
Yeah, up and down.
That's me.
Make the stomach.
Yep.
I want to say there was one called the Timberwolf or something. This may not have been a Kings Island.
Nah, that wasn't Kings Island.
And I just remember like it looked like it was made out of just old 2x4s.
Nah, that's pretty much the Beast.
That's the Beast. Yeah,
the Beast will beat you if you don't know how to ride the Beast. So like you have to learn how to ride the Beast. The first time you ride the Beast, it will beat you up. You'll be in there doing like this. So once you start riding, you be like, all right, I know what to do now, so I don't get my ass kicked. Essentially,
I got a black eye the first time. Right when Flight of Fear came out, I got a black eye.
How you get a black eye?
Because you're supposed to have your head back, and when it started, my head was up.
Oh, you was inside the little things. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got off the ride with a black eye?
No. It was like the next day.
Oh,
it wasn't like super crazy, but yeah, I got one from Flight of Fear.
Dang.
Kings Island used to be fun.
I used to go at least twice a year.
Me too.
Maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I was like you, man. I was cool on roller coasters, man. Never liked them.
Girl got on there. I'm like, shoot, I guess I gotta swallow my pride and figure this out today.
Water park has always been lit. I
got tricked into riding the Vortex. You know, the person that my counselor at the time, because it was like this camp thing, and they're like, "Come on, you can do it." And I did it, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I remember dreading it,
and then it was okay after I did it.
Man, I remember dreading it, waiting in that line, and then when you finally get on and the chain's taking you up,
you're like, "Oh no!"
Oh my God,
but it's too late.
Believe I did
each little
this.
click.
Click, 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 and then it stops.
Yeah.
And then there's like a moment.
You look and see the whole park. You be like, oh my God. This is stupid. Why did I do this?
I'm cool.
The calm before the drop.
I'm cool.
But if you scream it helps. So I get it.
Don't you get bugs in your mouth and stuff, man?
Well, your stomach don't go up as far.
There was always
a bug long.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. There was I'm a hands up type person, so I'm that person. And I always like to sit in the front because it's the funner in the front.
I started getting bold. You know, I would sit in the front or sit in the back.
The back's good too.
Yeah.
Front or the back.
What's the middle? What's wrong with the middle?
Middle's cool too.
It's cool, but the front, you're hanging before you drop.
Yeah.
Oh, like when it pauses at the top.
Yeah. So you witness everything first. There's no person in front of you. You know, it's just like better view. And then behind, everything happens a little later. Yeah. Right. So there was another one of the reasons I didn't want to ride the Vortex was because there was always a rumor that one of the person like threw up on one of the loops, but when they came back down,
it fell down.
And
no!
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know.
We don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
So
I would always be nervous about throwing up on a ride, though. So you had to space.
Does that happen to anybody?
Nah, never happened to me.
Okay, not even on like the 𝗀𝗲𝗄 and thing that goes.
That ride used to.
They'd have that at like county fairs and stuff. Though.
Yeah, I used to ride that
had the little board that would slide up and down that you would lay on.
Yeah,
Indiana Beach had one where the floor would drop all the way out and you would be suspended at least 9 feet in the air. I'm not even playing. Like you would be looking down like if something happens and I fall, I'm probably going to break something.
Yeah, you'll be walking around on your knees for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like that video you were showing earlier, that cartoon.
Oh.
Hey, they do it for us, man.
Hey.
They do. That's the
Final
line.
Destination 3 came out and showed that roller coaster crash. Yeah. I always like Cedar Point, though. Cedar Point was the place.
That's the one in Michigan?
Sandusky, Ohio.
Sandusky, yeah.
Sandusky. Okay.
I've been there once, but when we went for 2 days because it's kind of big,
kind of a drive too.
Yeah.